So joining here from the FBLA, Texas, here in beautiful Galveston, and just super excited to be out here on the floor with future business leaders of America. Such incredible energy, incredible passion. You kind of see the guys are actually having fun playing a little Smash Bros right here on the floor. Super excited, passionate, feeling blessed to be able to be out here and to literally inspire young people to pursue their hearts and passions, to literally go and learn the business design of video game, go more deeper than to just be a consumer and a player, but to actually learn how to go and use the skill set and experiences that we gain from launching very successful video games all over the world, most successful iconic games. So super excited, super blessed, and absolutely love being here.
Hello, my name is Thomas Marzabella. I am in 10th grade and I'm from Houston, Texas. Well, I think I see myself in 5 years with a video game publishing studio business where I get to make these indie games that I love so much. Okay, I would make a melee-only video game similar to Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017. It would be primarily focused on parries. The abilities would be character-specific. It would be, so my goal for this game would be incredibly tight gameplay, incredibly satisfying kills, and it's basically, it would be based on a 1v1 format.
Show of hands, how many of you guys love video games? Maybe? Okay. All right. How about, so real quick, I'm going to ask for a show of hands. Someone who actually said you're into shooters.
My favorite game is Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017, which seems like a weird pick, but I really like the parts that are like.
So really what it is so before that I did a lot of RPGs as well. I worked on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which is an RTS real-time strategy game. And also always on the marketing and publishing side. So super passionate about the business behind the games, right? We don't do it just for fun. We don't just do the games for ourselves. We do it to make money. We do it to deliver return on investment. And we do it to really make it successful. So that's really what it is. So that's my quick background. How many of you guys have heard of Star Wars? How many of you guys have heard of FIFA? Okay. How many of you guys have heard of Animal Crossing? Okay. All right. So why do I ask that question? Well, Star Wars and FIFA obviously very large established IPs, right? So, and I think that something which we always sort of think about, and for you guys to actually consider, is like, you know, actually with these IP games, ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out a way to, I guess metaphorically, we say take a game and to shoot out of a cannon, right? So that IP, if you make it a successful, compelling gameplay, it'll go out there, instead of like having $1 million, you're talking like 10 million plus, right? So how do you go about really riding that wave? But in exchange, we're negotiating for revenue share that we have to pay to the licensor, which ultimately we end up having to make sure that we, at the end of the day, still actually make the money that we need to. Profitability as well as revenue-wise, okay? So, real quick, how many of you guys actually, have actually been with FBLA for more than 2 years? Okay, more than a year? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I want to share some statistics with you guys, which I think would be very, very interesting. We were at the national conference in Atlanta, literally right about 9 months ago. So we talked about 500 young people just like yourselves. And we asked them a series of questions. So first of all, we were like, okay, what are your 5-year goals, right? What is it? Do you want to go to a 4-year college? Do you have a business idea that you want to launch and that you need capital for? Or do you want to work in games and work in game design production? So I'm going to randomly just kind of see how many of you guys are going to go to a 4-year college to figure out what you want to do. Okay. How many of you guys have a business idea that you actually want to get capital and funding for? Okay, 4 people. All right, awesome. How many of you guys are dead set on working in game design and game production? It's like, it's the passion and you don't want to do anything else. That is We asked the same question at the national conferences. Here's what we found. 70% of the people are going to go into a 4-year college to figure out what they want to do, right? So that's kind of what we expected. Roughly 20%, 1 out of 5 actually have a business idea. Could be a game idea, could be a business idea. They want to get funding and capital for. So in our business, we always say, well, without capital, there's nothing. That's the lifeblood. It needs money to make money. So that's a very critical point. And then roughly 8%, 1 out of 12 actually have a game idea they want to go and work on and to launch. So it's very exciting to me because, you know, for guys like us to see folks who want to walk in our footsteps, super exciting, and we want to, because we love what we do, right? So fundamentally, that's one of the things that we always do is we always say, hey, if you guys are interested in getting into game design, game development, production, you got to ask yourself, are you okay with working on a game that you personally may not love to play, right? Something to think about, right? So that's something which I always say. One of the other things that we also like to know, and the reason why I asked up front, which games do you guys love to play? So those of you guys who said like RPGs, just kind of raise your hand for me one more time. Okay. So with the RPGs, what is it about the RPGs that you love the most? Is it the storytelling as well as the overall lore and being able to sort of like have a very immersive gaming experience that you love? Or is, you know, can you kind of talk to me about what you love the most about it? It's just amazing because if there's one thing I can leave you guys with is like, if you love games, keep playing, like go beyond just being a player or consumer, right? Because like I can say like for me, what really got me really excited about the gaming industry was because I got so immersed into Prince of Persia and Karateka before that, right? So when I went to GDC, I had a chance to meet Jordan Mechner, who was the game designer behind that. It's like a kid in a candy store. I'm like 10 years old over again. So it's amazing, right?